This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2022 Coachman Chaparral, model number 334FL. It's obviously a fifth wheel. Let me go through some of the features here. This is not a sales video, excuse me, or a floor plan video. It's just a basically how-to video. Obviously, that's just a 110 AC refrigerator. As soon as you plug the trailer in, it switches on. You have a ground control system with it's an electric system with 6 jacks. You got your 2 stabilizer or your 2 landing gear jacks up front, and then you have 2 in the middle and 2 in the rear. That can be operated from inside the trailer or outside the trailer. You have an awning with an LED strip, outside speakers. You have icicles everywhere. You've got TV signal out here, probably antenna and cable, I would bet. I'm not sure. I didn't prep it, but and you have your plug, your AC power. Okay. So this trailer is pre-wired or pre-fitted for 3 cameras. 1 backup camera, and then you can see these marker lights here. This one right here, it has a piece on here that comes off and the camera can plug right into it. So it has a camera on each side if you want to purchase one and install it, and then their backup camera, of course, in the very back. Okay. So that is your dump hose, of course. You got some low point caps over there on the other side. You got more outs for a TV here, for TV signal. That's a crank. That's for the trailer. LP tanks. You've got, let's see what we got. 2 30-pound tanks. All right. As we come around, this is storage here. You got your battery here also. Okay. Your other tank. This one is also pre-wired for a camera. Now, this right here is your kill switch for your battery. Just so you know, you can actually shut it off right there if you need to. Then you have your water hookups here. Of course, you have your various ins for cable and satellite in to the different TVs and that sort of thing. You got light here. So let's see, your city water hookup is right here. Just gonna hook your hose on and you're all set. You can also change the position of these levers here, and you look at the little drawings, and you can fill the fresh water tank if you want, if you're going to a campground that doesn't have plumbing on the campsite. Winterizing. This is the belt bypass for your water heater. Right now it's bypassed, of course, because it's winterized. This is a black tank flush right here. So after you dump your black tank, you can hook a hose right there from the dump station and turn it on, and it'll spray out your tank, and it'll clean out off your sensors, that sort of thing. Okay. Alrighty. Now, if you look at here, this is a diagram for your outside jack control. So let's come back over here. This is the outside one, of course. To turn this one on, you push both arrows at the same time. You can see it just lit up right there. Now, what you're going to use on this is auto level, of course. So auto level, it has one feature where it remembers the last hitch height you were at. So once you unhook from your tow vehicle, you could just put it auto level, but it remembers where it was when you unhitched. So you would always push hitch height to go back to that. If you push retract all, which you don't really want to do unless you've got a good reason for it, because it'll even nosedive the front gear, so it's not going to damage anything, but it'll retract even the front landing gear. Okay, so generally you're using auto level and you're using hitch height. There's another control panel inside, and we'll look at that when we get in there. This that is the range hood vent there. There's a baffle in it. You can see there's a latch at each side. If you want to vent to the outside, you got to get up on a ladder and open that baffle so it flaps freely. Otherwise, the fan won't vent to the outside. So keep that in mind. When you're traveling in storage, you keep it shut. But when you're, when you're venting, you want it to flap freely. It's a big water here. It's winterized, but he's got the cap on here right now. This is the drain right here. So if you want to drain it, it's an 1 1/16" socket with an extension and a bar or a ratchet to turn it. So that's where that's done. The switches to operate it are inside the trailer. Just keep in mind you always have to bypass the water heater before you pump antifreeze into the system, and you never turn it on without water in the tank. That's very important, of course. It's a 50 amp system, so you got a 30-foot 50 amp cord with adapters. Of course, it's pre-wired for a backup camera. I showed you the other camera mounts for it. You have a ladder, which is a great thing because the manufacturer states you should inspect the roof every 90 days. So you want to do that. Check for any cracking or separation, any reason that water could get in, any place water could get in. You check the roof attachments, make sure they're not damaged by low branches or road debris flipping up there, anything like that, okay? So let me come up here. Okay, let's get some light in here. Okay, where are we at here? There we go. Look around a little bit. There's going to be some more ultraman as we go. So you have this control panel right here, and then you have this right here. This one, it definitely does the leveling. That's probably all it does. Let me see. Yeah, so this basically handles all the leveling. You just go like that, and you get to the same. There you go. You get to the same type of thing you saw outside, except it has more functions. You have the auto hitch, you have the hitch height, that sort of thing. But you can scroll down here by pushing these arrows to auto retract manual mode, for example. Then you'd push enter. It'll go into a manual mode, and you can pick the jacks from this wheel here, and the positive and negative for up and down. So you could actually operate them independently of each other if you need to right here. So if you ever have to abort, it's best to run in here and push the abort button. Trying to do it outside is not as quickly as using this one here. So, okay, then you have this control panel. So you have your slide rooms, you've got your awning, right? To light your hot water heater on gas is right here. Electric is right here. Like I said, make sure there's water in the tank before you do that. To turn your pump on, you turn it on right there. That's used to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. And it's also used to winterize the trailer. Batteries charged, fresh tank is empty, black 1 and black 2 are both empties. Gray 1 and 2. There's probably only one. Let me look here. Is there two? Is that another bathroom behind that door, Jamal? Right there? Is that a bathroom or a storage?
It's storage.
Okay. Let me look real quick to see if you have two black tanks or not. I don't think so. Yeah, so you just have one of them. So you disregard the second one. That's just the panel is used for other applications. So, okay, so let me go this way. So your chairs, theater seats. I'm sure you've looked at this already, but it's got a massage vibrating type deal. You've got a heater. You've got a light, and of course it reclines, right? Then both these beds or both these sofas here are hide-a-beds, so you can pull the back cushions off, grab it down here in the middle and fold them out, and you got two beds here. They're actually not bad as hide-a-beds go. Your sound system, let me get in position here. Your sound system is right here, and basically you have two speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is out. You have Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly with your phone or tablet. You have AM/FM radio. You've got a USB to stream. You can put all your favorite albums on one stick and take them with you, for example. And this bottom one here is an HDMI, but it's an in. So once you got your TV hooked up let's say you wanted to add a Blu-ray player, a portable Blu-ray player, because you know, there's not a disc player here. So you can set it right here, plug it in, and then you would go straight into it right here through the HDMI. Just makes it easier to do something like that, okay? So you have all that. Your fireplace, which does have a remote, you have on and off. Basically, you have a timer, so you can set it to turn on when you want to. You can adjust the appearance of the flame. This one does colors. That is the thermostat. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. Yep. So that, and then you have the timer right there. So you can. It's a good space heater. I'm trying to keep my thoughts here. It's a good space heater right now. You can't, obviously, it's kicking right now, so it'll take the chill out of it. Like if you wanted to set it, you know, 20 minutes before you got up in the morning, it would take the chill out of here for sure. And it runs off electricity, so it's not using up your limited supply of LP gas either. So it's kind of a good thing to use in that sense. Okay, so let me move down this way. We're still cleaning right now, getting ready for you, so you'll see some other people working. Make sure you strap your chairs together so they don't fly around and break something when you're traveling. Keys right here. Okay, microwave right here. Now you can, I showed you the vent on the outside of the trailer for the range hood vent, which is right here, 2 speeds. So remember what I told you about opening the baffle so it flaps, so it vents to the outside. You also have light here, as you can see. Your range top right here is it's very simple. It works like most of them do, in the sense that this is a sparker right here. You spark it clockwise to spark. These are each burner knobs, 3 burners, 3 knobs, and then this is the oven. So we're just going like this. Right there, you see it's lit right there by sparking it. Now the oven, which is a little bit different, there's a pilot light all the way to the back at the bottom. I can maybe spark it so you can see it. Yeah, there you go. So what you're going to do is you're going to come to the oven knob, and you're going to go to the picture of the pilot. Then you're going to depress it and keep it depressed. While you're doing that, you're going to spark it with your other hand, turning that clockwise till it lights. Once it lights down here, you're going to hold it for another 10 seconds or so. Then you go to operating temperature, and you're all set. And once you turn it off, the flame goes out, obviously, but so does the pilot light, so you have to relight it each time you use it. Okay, more lights. Refrigerator, of course. Let me move forward here. Actually, I'm moving rearward anyway, aren't I? So let me move rear. So you do have some storage under here, I'm sure. Yeah, a little bit. I must have walked past the thermostats here. Let me come back out this way. I must have missed it behind here, maybe. Yeah, right here. So these are your thermostat. It's self-evident how it works. You pick the modes, basically, the type of fan, low, high, or auto. Always try to run the fan on auto if they give you the option. Different zones. I think this probably has 2 zones. So, okay. All right. So this is pre-wired for a washer dryer, or pre-plumbed for a washer dryer combo, as you can see. Okay. The toilet, I'm sure you've had RVs before, so it works like every other RV toilet. You have a flush pedal right there. The black tank is directly below. What is that there? Directly below. So you're gonna, before you use it, you're gonna put a dose of chemical in the bowl, and you're going to step on the pedal and wash that into the tank along with about a gallon of water. You always have to have water and chemical in it before you use it, otherwise it'll smell really bad. You could get clogged up also. To operate your fan, here it's you got the vent lid. You can open it and close it here, and then on and off from here. Okay. 2 sinks. I haven't seen this configuration before. This is the first time I've been in this one. Okay, and so shower works like any other shower, of course. Alright, so let me walk back, see what if I've forgotten anything, what's happening here. You have several TV hookups, like you have one. Let's see where this one's at. I'll never find it now. Ah, I walked right past it. It's way up here, so you can mount it to here. So you have power and your hookups. Remember I showed you that on the outside of the trailer you could send specifically, let's say if you wanted to send one TV just satellite and another one use the antenna, you can do that if you want to. Alright. Okay. These lights are probably not on either. There we go. Now this device here is the power converter. So what this does, it converts AC to DC power. So when you're plugged into AC power, you know, it's going to come into here. It's also a distribution box. So you have a regular household type circuit breakers like you'd see at home, and they're all labeled. That's AC. And then it's converted to 12 volt DC on this side. And you got 12 volt fuses here. Where's that there? Let me get that out of there. 12 volt fuses here, and they're all labeled. Okay. If any of these fuses were to blow, they'll light up, and you can see them through this tinted plastic here. But importantly, when you're plugged in, this is a battery tender. It's going to send energy to your battery. It'll check and see what it needs. If it's totally charged, it'll just trickle a couple amps. If it's low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever it needs to keep it charged, as long as you're plugged in. Of course, when you're towing, your alternator on your tow vehicle is going to keep your battery charged. Okay. This is a remote for your roof vent. That's your let's see. That's a fireplace right there. This one is a radio remote. So, and your literature. Okay. Just want to look around a few places that I haven't been through this trailer yet. So, okay. I think that looks good. So, okay. Keep in mind that the manufacturer wants you to inspect the roof every 90 days, like I stated. That's important. Okay. So thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. And right now this trailer is winterized, so the water heater is in bypass mode and there's antifreeze in the system. So you're all set for the winter, okay? Thank you.